I'm JD Brown and welcome back to the I Love Vampire Novels YouTube channel. Today I'm going to review the third and final book in the Court of the Sea Fae series by C. N. Crawford. I'm talking of course about this book right here, Rising Queen. Now because this is the third and final book in the series and I do feel like the series really does need to be read in order, today's video is of course going to come with a spoiler warning. So if you're planning to read the Court of the Sea Fae series, you may want to either skip this video for now or skip ahead to the ending so that you can find out how to enter this week's giveaway. But yeah, like I said, this series in my mind does need to be read in order because the books really do build on top of each other, and there's just no way to talk about Rising Queen without spoiling the ending to Book 1, Dark King, as well as Book 2, Fallen King. Also, I have reviewed Dark King and Fallen King in the past. I will leave links in the video description box today where you can go and check those out in case you missed them. But yeah, let's just jump right into Rising Queen because I cannot wait to review this book for you guys. So here's where that spoiler warning comes into play. As a real quick recap from Book 2, we find out that Salem, aka Lucifer, has decided that he no longer wants to live in exile on Earth. He wants to return to the heavens. And his plan for returning to heaven involves rescuing a very powerful fae that was trapped at the bottom of the ocean by Honor and her mother over 100 years ago. But it turns out that the reason Honor and her mom trapped that specific fairy at the bottom of the ocean was because they needed extra power to entrap a race of demonic fire fairies underneath the earth. So these fire fairies were trapped under the earth's surface in order to prevent them from boiling the seas and burning the earth. This obviously becomes a problem when Salem wants to free this fairy. As soon as he opens the door and lets the fairy out, the surface of the earth begins to split open and these demonic fire fairies start to, escape. Now, normally letting the earth burn would not be an issue for Salem. However, since Honor is his soulmate, he does not want to see her destroyed along with the entire world. As soon as Salem realizes what he's done, he immediately sacrifices himself by locking himself in the cage at the bottom of the ocean. This pretty much brings us to the beginning of Book 3, Rising Queen, where Honor is stuck in this situation where she wants to rescue Salem. However, Honor knows that she cannot let Salem out of the cage without also releasing the evil demonic fairies who would cause Armageddon on Earth, basically. She also knows that she can't sacrifice herself in Salem's place because Honor doesn't have enough powers to maintain the amount of power that it would take to keep those demon fairies locked underneath the surface of the earth. So what Honor decides to do is she decides to make a blood sacrifice to the sea god, hoping that the sea god will lend Honor some extra powers that she can use to trap those demon fairies once and for all without needing to keep anyone locked at the bottom of the ocean along with them. So that's exactly what Honor does. She decides to kill a sea monster known as the Olifest in hopes that the sea god will accept the blood sacrifice and give Honor the extra power she needs in order to save Salem. Unfortunately, the sea god decides that sacrificing one of his own monsters is not good enough. The sea god does give Honor the power she needs to free Salem and entrap the demon race of fairies beneath the surface for the rest of time. However, this exchange comes with a very lofty price. Like I said, the sea god was not happy with Honor's original sacrifice. Instead, he decides to put a divine hex on Honor, and Honor only has a few days before this divine hex reaches her heart and kills her, thus fulfilling her end of the sacrifice with her own life. But of course, this poses a very big problem for Salem. Salem is still 100% intent on returning to heaven, even though it means leaving Honor behind. However, he refuses to ascend knowing that Honor is dying. So Salem is determined to find a cure for this divine hex. Now, in addition to the fact that Honor is dying, Salem only has a certain amount of time to ascend. He must ascend before the 31st of October, which at the beginning of our book is only a few days away. So both our characters are in a race against time. They're pretty much on this wild goose chase, trying idea after idea. And unfortunately, everything that they try just turns into a disaster that blows up in their face and makes their quest for a cure more and more difficult. Not only that, but of course, since they are soulmates, the more time they spend together, the more Honora becomes frustrated. She doesn't understand why Salem wants to leave her. She does understand that Salem is technically the devil and a really bad guy, but the more time she spends with him, the more she falls in love with him, and the more she really wants him to stay around. She is determined to prove that Salem can be happy on Earth with her. However, we soon find out that Salem's curse is far more complicated than the author originally led us to believe. And not only are they dealing with Salem's moral dilemma, but there is also another fairy from Salem's past who is extremely jealous of Salem and Honora and will stop at nothing to try to sabotage the two of them. Now, I really don't want to say too much about the plot of Rising Queen because, like I said, this is the third and final book in the series. What I will say is that you do feel every single emotion in this book. I laughed, I cried, I fell in love. The ending was very satisfactory in my opinion. I really enjoyed how it ended. I also really love seeing Crawford's writing style because all three of the books in this series really kept me on the edge of my seat. Like, I could not read them fast enough. It was just this high adrenaline rush from the very first page of the first book, Dirt King, until the very last page of Rising Queen. And guys, I am giving away a copy of Rising Queen today. It will be a paperback copy. I know I don't have like a physical paperback copy to hold up and show you guys today. That is because C. N. Crawford was gracious enough to give me a early digital ARC copy of Rising Queen so that I could read it ahead of time in preparation for today's video. The book is now out. It released this week, and like I said, we are giving away a paperback copy. But before I tell you guys how you can enter for your chance to win Rising Queen, I'm going to announce a winner from last week's giveaway. So congratulations to our winner, Celestial Butterfly. You are the winner of Fallen King, which is book 2 in the Court of the Sea Fae series by C. N. Crawford. I will be in touch with you after this to let you know how you can claim your prize. And all you guys have to do to enter for your chance to win this week's giveaway for a copy of Rising Queen is to leave a comment below with the name of your favorite book or character by C. N. Crawford. Or if C. N. Crawford is a new to you author, let us know that in the comments as well, and you will automatically be entered to win. Alright guys, that's all the time I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this review. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to click that subscribe button and bell icon down below so that you don't miss any of our future book review videos or giveaways. And I will see you again next week. Bye!